First of all, I'm filming on my new phone. I switched sides. I went from iPhone to Samsung. No regrets. No regrets. This is me 2 weeks after taking a break. In this timeline right now, I'm a busy girl. I'm a bitch that does not stop moving. And taking a break was big. However, I know myself and I understand my definition of love, where I said to myself, when I set intentions for, relaxing and letting go of my tasks and projects, I had been so clogged up with mental fog, with so much noise and static, and that's the online world, that's my own thoughts, my own ideas, other people's influences, a bunch of other junk, and it really clogged up my ability to do anything. Cap. Like, trust, I could have not taken this break, still could have done my tasks and projects, but I knew deep down, because I really enjoy what I am doing right now, which is creative direction. I'm getting back into that space of mine. I also have a business. I do markets with my friends, and I've been doing it before, doing it with friends. At the moment, I'm selling teas and beaded jewelry, and then I also do YouTube, which I adore, you know. But if I continued and didn't take upon this break of mine, my output, it would cap, would not be at the capacity that I would be proud of. And for me, it is quality over quantity. That's why I acknowledge that I'm not where I'm at, because I know I'm in it for the long term. There is nothing about me that is short term. I'm exiting out of behaviors, thoughts, and honestly, certain decisions that were decided upon the lens of short term gratification. That could include considering trends, considering certain systems, considering systems that were someone else's. If it's someone else's, that means it's not mine for the long term. It was always going to be short term. And oh my God, taking a break was so hard at the start. It felt like I was relapsing. I was like itching to do something that I knew that I wanted to do. I would say I'm so grateful to be in a position where I don't need to do something. I've created a landscape, an environment where, with things that I'm working collaboratively with people, so clients, projects and stuff, they just get it. They respect time off. They understand the need to have a certain capacity to bring out the best output, shared output, individual output if I'm in charge of a certain area in their business. And I personally feel like it would be disrespectful as fuck to them if I half-ass my role, my task, because I wouldn't want someone to do that for me. I wouldn't. So I'm thankful for them to understand that I took a break, and I knew from the very beginning that after however long I was going to take a break for, I thought it was going to be 1 week, ended up being 2, because I'm like, girl, let me slowly put myself in there, not just like, I'm done with my break, now let's get back into it. That's gonna, I gotta ease my way into it, because I am doing things differently in terms of my approach to things, how I see things, things that initially were, I don't know, I had an opinion on, and if things didn't work out, or honestly, I judged a certain approach. Now I'm doing it now. Now I'm confronting that thing that I thought was like, maybe I'll think about that next time. Bitch, now is next time. I understand my view on love, and this is in a romantic and platonic aspect where if I love something so much and things out of my control just happens, and a person had to leave, a thing had to leave, disappear, break, I will let that go because I love it that much. I would. This is not conditional. And I bring that perspective, that mindset into the things I do, So it's no longer just I'll let you go as a person, but if I love what I do and I'm cooked up here, in order to give the respect that my projects, the clients I'm working with, the ideas that I even have in the first place, the respect and the what's the word? I don't know, output, just passion, devotion towards just the thing I'm doing, even if I'm learning something, I will let it go for the time being to be able to come back. I will leave in order to arrive. And that was hard because when I didn't do things that would honestly usually cover up some certain aspects of myself, when they weren't available to me, my bad habits came up. Bad habits that I guess haven't entirely disappeared. So here I am, scrolling on my phone. I can count on my hand where I lost my mind just like scrolling and shit on one hand. Other times I tried to fill up boredom with just doing nonsense, and that was bad because I don't feel boredom as often, and for me, in my personal experience, I feel like I should. And eventually when I realized my actions, because like I knew it's so stupid, like I can feel and I know that I'm just doing something to just do something. That means I'm covering up something, and it was just boredom. Bitch, the whole point of taking a break was also unintentionally to take in boredom. I'm supposed to just exist, and if thoughts come up. If I want to do something that is non-related and it's not mindless, I'm gonna do it. I don't know. My thoughts on coming out of this break, holy shit, I needed that. And I'm very grateful to have listened and to have honestly been open to the fact that I know I have higher capacity. I know I can do better. I know I can move faster. But before the break, I could feel myself slowing down. And so I gave myself the gift of a break, coming from a person who is always moving. And I'm not just saying in everyday life, but honestly, like since forever ago, I have always been moving. My first job was in year 10 or something, probably year 10, year 9 even. And I skipped work experience, just got straight into job, been working that job for maybe 4 years or some shit, quit that, had a minor break, had another job. In that other job, I was at uni, so from high school, I also went straight to uni because I wanted to get it over and done with. Thankfully, it was only 2 years, but like still, no break, no like gap year or whatever. I'm at this job for like 2 years. I almost touched 2 years. I quit because I had a goal or the intention of I'm not going to stay here too long because I know I will get comfy. So it's not either, but whether I have a job or not, I will quit. I will. And thankfully my environment allowed me to. Not environment, but my circumstance, and I'm grateful for that. And then that was last year in like November. I haven't worked since then, and I have really been pouring into my creative bag internally. And at this moment, I'm going to push it really hard externally. And I'm so excited. But I just want to say that because, like, even if I travel, right? Travel is pretty new. But I have not taken a break like this. Taken a break from working under someone else, going under someone else's school, under someone else's job. I did it for certain reasons. Good reasons, scarcity reasons, the need to survive reasons, of course. But it's crazy to think that I never stopped moving. And of course, had an extrovert phase, had a hinge phase, making new friends, exploring myself emotionally, always moving. So for someone like me, and for someone like you who also is resonating with the fact that you and your life is just so, bitch, we always just be moving, you know? So it is important for us to take breaks because there is something there for us behind the bad habits, behind the boredom, behind, honestly, the fear of when you stop something, you lose it. But that's a mindset. Obviously, it's something that you have to cultivate trust in, have faith in, that even if you stop something, it's not like you're going to be left behind. Think about it this way: you're recharging, you're replenishing for the next season, for the next step, for the next stage, for the next chapter. When you're able to do that for yourself, coming back into, stepping into a new space, or honestly returning to, bitch, you just feel so alive, genuinely. And here I am today to tell you that I am proof of. Like, there is no perfect way to take a break as well. I think what matters is that you really have to you really have to chill out on what you're taking a break from. You know, literally do everything else than do what you know, set aside for the time being. Because in reality, you're never behind. You're never behind. I feel like if you feel like you are behind, you are taking into consideration someone else's timeline. That could be from capitalism, you know, go to school, get a job, then get a high paying job, blah, 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 have kids, right? Then travel. Maybe unconsciously, you are comparing yourself to your friends or even just people you don't know. It's so easy to look on the internet and be like, they have a great life, but look at mine. You know, but then that's where it starts. That's when your jealousy, your envy, your comparison issues, your hatred, it turns into fuel to do something with your life. Maybe initially it's out of fear, scarcity, but when you're deep in it, you will obviously realize that this is your life. That's when you take full responsibility for your life, your actions, decisions, whether you did good, whether you hurt people, whether you did bad, made bad decisions, made good decisions. You take responsibility for everything. And that's honestly the fun part. Very contradictory because it is pretty overwhelming to take responsibility for everything, every single thing that has happened so far. But are you gonna stay victim? I've seen it in so many different people, in so many different aspects. People play victim. Oh, I don't like this, but I'm gonna do it. You don't want to do it. Like, you don't admit that. It's important to be honest with yourself. If you like something, you enjoy something, you love, and you want to devote yourself to something, never settle for less. Never settle for crumbs, especially with the things that you want to try and do in this lifetime. If something is not for you, whoever is out there working behind the scenes, the world will tell you that you are not supposed to be here. And then the opposite, if you are meant to be here, things will run more smoothly. The best way to think about it is if something is for you, it will work out better than you think. So many levels to that. But I guess here I am to say I'm grateful for my break. I feel so refreshed and revitalized. Bitch, I started working out at home. Excuse me. I'm so excited, especially for my creative direction arc. I'm going to be posting, not yet, but I'll be filming my process of developing my next personal project called Copes. I think I might have briefly mentioned it in a video, but stay tuned. Girl, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.